Good morning, challengers. It's the coaches here, and you are going to see some bright and smiling faces. We are so excited because we are starting our new challenge called the Summer of Me, and we are starting on Monday, June 8th. So what we are going to be talking about today, we've invited our friend and coach, Coach Stacy, to be here with us today. And what we're going to be digging into and helping you think about this today as you're getting ready for Monday's challenge is, what does the summer of me look like? You know, we've been going through some crazy times here with the pandemic over the last few months, and things are routines and what is normal, and there's so much uncertainty. Some of us just feel like we have been kind of out of sorts. And how can we turn this around and use this to our advantage? So we asked Stacy if she would share some of her thoughts, and Janie and I are also going to share some things that we're doing, that we're going to try to be doing differently this summer also. So take it away, Stacy.
Well, I'm first of all so happy to be here because you two are two of my favorite people on the planet and have just been such an inspiration over all these years and watching you evolve. And this time in our lives is just offered up so much change for all of us in just such a short amount of time. It doesn't matter where you live or how old you are or what your current work status is or anything, retired, working full time. This has affected all of us. And I love that you guys have this theme of the Summer of Me, because personally I really, really feel like that this has been a gift. It is a gift not only to me but to everybody, because everybody has just been given an opportunity to just slow down a little bit and to think about how life could be done a little bit differently, and although it might feel awkward and uncomfortable at first, because our routines are really, we're hardwired and we like routine. Routine makes us feel safe and comfortable, and we know what to expect, and each day is rolling out just like the one before. And right now it doesn't feel the same, it doesn't smell the same, and our routines have been so altered. But with that, I have to say, for me personally, it's been such a gift and an opportunity to slow down and to go inside and start to ask myself, I really want to do, what really makes me happy, how can I lead my life a little bit differently. Okay, those are pretty profound, pretty big questions, but I have to say that the reason why you guys are all here and what I know about these ladies is that being rooted in self-care, with drinking water and getting good sleep and checking in each day and all these vital behaviors, is the foundation. So as the rug got pulled out from underneath me and I no longer had that big job and I no longer could go teach my fitness live and all these things were happening, to me in the middle of March, I decided to just, take a prayer and to be okay with it. So I've gone deep into meditation, into journaling, into allowing myself to get more rest. You guys, rest is critical to sleep in. So it's it's a gift. If you don't have to get up and drive or make a commute or do something right now, it's okay. And if you are finding yourself working overtime and are spent, asking for help, using our muscles to ask for help is also, I think, really important too, letting people know how you're feeling. So core of everything, it's allowing us to tune into how we're really feeling in life. What's our emotional set? Being honest with ourselves. Are we feeling scared? Are we feeling stressed? Are we feeling anxious? Are we feeling sad? Are we feeling just, disconnected? So whatever our feelings are, right? And then being honest with that, but then going into that radical self-care mode over reaching out to people and loved ones that we can trust, about, reaching into whatever your spiritual practice is, with God and with the whatever resonates with you with that. I think it's really important. I know I've dove into that really hard, and just deciding to like carve out a new routine. So I've been out in nature more now that I can go outside. So I would normally be pressing play on workouts, but taking a walk, taking a hike, having a swim, I think that has made me feel so much better as well. So just redoing your routine. I don't know if that's helped, but just giving yourself permission to do it differently, and to think about, even if there's one thing that I really want to change, what would that be? And seeing, and then just allowing yourself time to get used to that change.
Yeah. Okay, great. And so some of the things that Stacy said really resonated with me, because I feel like this season, the awkwardness of being out, I'm a very habitual routine person. And when I get my routine knocked a little bit, my brain just goes haywire. It really does. I make like just silly things. Like I'll be talking one minute and then I'll forget what I just said, just because my routine is off just that little tiny bit. So having, to just like you were saying, the stress, trying to figure out different ways to deal with, healthy ways to deal with the uncertainty, the stress, the different things that are going on that are different, just because they're different, can be stressful. So some of the things that I have done is I am making myself, and I didn't do this when I was working at the office every day, I would often work through my lunch hour. Was not good, wasn't good. So in the afternoons, what was happening to me? I was like, oh, I'm so tired. So every day, thankfully my husband's here. He's retired. So he's like, aren't you going to come have lunch with me? So there's some motivation to get away from my desk and to take a break. Secondly, during my lunch hour, I've been faithfully either going for a walk, or I'm going down to my basement and doing 10 to 15 minutes of stretch or revive or yoga or something, just to get my heart rate back up. And it is amazing how much better I feel in the afternoon. So that's just one thing. That's an idea of something that I've done to make a change that is becoming a part of my new normal.
So good.
Yeah, that is great. It's so interesting because we were talking earlier, and I have told Mary, and I was telling Stacy this too, that I have felt since March that I was on this perpetual vacation. And I mean, I haven't been working outside the home, but for some reason, everything just got shifted. And so I have felt a little more lax. But when I say that, I've also been mentally stressing myself out, thinking I should be doing more, I should be doing more. And I think part of that is because I was in the workforce clocking in for 48 years. And I know that some of you that are here are, about there, or you're getting close to it or whatever. And so somebody has always been telling me kind of what to do. I was on the conveyor belt. I picked that. Okay, now I do this, and then I do that, and then I do that. And now that conveyor belt has stopped. And so I'm standing there and I'm going, okay, now what do I do? How do I maneuver through this? And one thing that I've never been a big news watcher, but unfortunately, with all of this, Mary and I have talked about this that it's so easy to get caught up in everything that's happening in the world. And then that plays craziness in my brain. So I have been getting a new normal, where I'm not just sitting in front of the news. I never really did anyway, but it would be so easy. At first, I kind of was gravitating over that way. But I think that the other thing, and Stacy, you hit on this, and Mary, you hit on this too, is that I have not been giving myself permission to do something differently. And so one of the things that and I've talked to Stacy about it, Mary knows this, is that Rodney doesn't like to work out in the morning. He's just not a morning person. And so for all these years, I have been waiting till I got home from work, and then we would work out together. And now he's getting busier, and so he hasn't been around quite as much. And so I think one of the things that I'm going to work on as far as flipping up my new normal is I'm going to, for the next 30 days, starting on Monday, Rod doesn't know this yet, but
Go round
You're about
crazy.
to know.
Yeah.
is that I'm going to, my quiet time is a non-negotiable. That has stayed routine forever and a day. And when I'm done, then I'm going to get my workout in. Like this morning, I worked out after I had drank my Shakeology, and it felt so good. I felt so much more alive and vibrant to be able to do things like sit here at the computer and work. But, and being here at home has been wonderful because I can stop and I can go outside and I can go sit in my garden for 10 or 15 minutes, where I couldn't do that before. And at first I was kind of beating myself up over it. I was putting that pressure on, is this really productive time? But getting back to Summer of Me, we do need to take time for me and for you and for you. And what that's going to look different for all of us, because we're all at a different stage and our routines are going to be different, but yet it's okay to mix it up and then see what happens.
So what we're going to encourage you to do during this, since this is like the prep before the big day on Monday when we start our challenges, over the weekend, think about maybe one thing that you can pick that would be something that you could do differently, that you thought, well, maybe I'd really like to do that differently. And you haven't had really the strength or the courage to do it. Now's your time. Now's your chance to make a change and to try it. Just try it and see if this new normal seems to work better for you. And it can be something small. It can be something little. One of the other things I do is during some times when I'm feeling stressed out, I put my headphones on and listen to calming music. So just something very simple that you can put into your day that can make you feel like you are taking better care of yourself. So that's going to be your challenge over the weekend. And we're looking so forward to getting started on Monday. Anything you want to say before we go, Janie or Stacy?
Well, one thing I want to say is, first of all, Stacy, thank you so much. It's been so much fun having you here with us, and we need to do this more often. We really do.
We do. Yeah, absolutely.
And the other thing I want to say for all of us is, just to reiterate, we all know our group is a judgment-free zone. And we are here to support each other and here to edify each other and lift each other up. And so as you're thinking about whatever it is that you're going to be doing to switch it up a little bit, know that we are all here cheering you in the stands, and we're here to support each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I would just say that self-love, like all love begins with, it's just self-love first. Like your kind voice, you're listening intuitively. What do I need? How can I, serve myself? You've got some really good habits here and tools and things like that you can use, and a community to support. So yeah, you're in really good hands. Really good.
All right. Well, we're so excited to get started on Monday, and you got your challenge for the weekend, and
marching orders.
Yes, right. We'll check in and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great day.
Aloha.